Last night, the NASCAR Cup Series raced at Nashville Superspeedway, and Ross Chastain gets the job done. This is to be one of his most impressive wins that I've seen from him. Ross Chastain wins the Ally 400, and it's been over a year since he last won, and since Trackhouse last won as well. Let's get started with this video.
Back to reality.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of In the NASCAR, the Ally 400 Race Review Edition on a Monday morning. So, yeah. And I'm gonna be recapping what happened in last night's race, what I think about the race, and so on and so forth. So, yeah. So I'm gonna start with the NBC broadcast. I gotta talk about that first. NBC is back, yes, and the broadcast was great. I gotta admit, the broadcast was really good, and the broadcast was really good, guys. Really professional, really good, and I'm glad NBC is back. I'm glad NBC is back, guys. I really am. So, yeah. So on the pole was Ross Chastain. Trackhouse got their first career pole on Saturday, and I tell you what, man, qualifying, man, was rough for some drivers. We have some drivers like going spinning out, especially Daniel Suarez, his teammate, Ross Chastain's teammate, spinning out and hitting the wall. Bubba Wallace spun out in qualifying. Now let's go ahead and talk about the actual race itself. So, green flag, it was with Ross Chastain and Tyler Reddick on the front row, and the top two just pulled away. I thought Tyler Reddick was going to have a strong race last night. It was Ross Chastain, Tyler Reddick. We got some drivers moving up from like the back of the field up. We had Chase Elliott. He was moving up there early. Bubba Wallace. I got to talk about Bubba Wallace. He didn't do as good as I thought he would. I thought he would at least get like a top 10, maybe a top 10. But he fell. I think he finished 15th, which is not too bad. Which is not bad. So yeah. So for basically, it's been Ross Chastain and Tyler Reddick show basically throughout the whole part of stage one, basically. And then Kyle Busch, he had a little bit of an issue with like a tire problem early on. And that caused him to go a lap down. And then green flag pit stops happened, which I think it's then halfway through stage one. That's when green flag pit stops first happened. And then Tyler Reddick, lap traffic, man. Lap traffic was a key factor, one of the key factors in this race. That's how Tyler Reddick was able to get around Ross Chastain. And you gotta have clean air. That's the thing. You gotta have clean air at this racetrack. So yeah, and then that's how Tyler Reddick was able to win stage one. So yeah. And then stage two, I would start off the same. Started off, I think, and then Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr. out front, and then all of a sudden, wait, that was before the big crash that happened with Ryan Blaney, which we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that topic. We're gonna get to that in a little bit. But at first, it was like Tyler Reddick and Ross Chastain again leading the way to stage two, and we got guys like Martin Truex Jr. Well, Martin Truex Jr., he was starting when that's stage two. That was when Martin Truex Jr. was starting to work his way up towards the front of this field, and he showed some great speed. Chastain showed some great speed as well. Chastain had the fastest car on the long run, especially when his car got on the night. Chastain was on fire, and then Truex, man, the Toyotas, Nashville. Their Toyota is really good at Nashville. They just can't seem to close out the final few laps. So, yeah, and that's the second year in a row that Toyota had a missed opportunity to win a race. So, yeah. And then stage two was won by my favorite driver, of course, Denny Hamlin, won stage two. And then Tyler Reddick, this is how his day came to an end. When he was coming on pit road with green flag pit stops, spun out, and his tire came off for some reason. I don't know how his tire came off, but it did. His tire fell off, which that was really weird. I don't know how it came off like that. So yeah, but really unfortunate for Tyler Reddick. Of course, he's one of my favorites. Sucks. That's 2 weeks, 2 races in a row that he actually 3 races in a row that he just hasn't just finishes like 30th or worse. So Tyler Reddick, man, has been on a bad luck streak recently. And then of course on that next restart with Truex and Hamlin, there was this. What happened to Brad Keselowski? I'm not sure what happened. Keselowski said his car just did not go at all whatsoever. And then it was chaos behind him. Kyle Busch, Ryan Blaney, and Alex Bowman got together. Blaney hit the inside concrete wall hard. Keep in mind, that is not a safer barrier. That is concrete wall. And once he got out of that car, he went on the ground immediately. So I just hope Blaney's okay. If that hit was so hard, like it didn't even absorb the energy, it just went around like that. If that was a safer barrier, it wouldn't be that hard of a hit. And it looked like Blaney from his speed, from it shown, to me it wasn't that fast. To me, if there was a safer barrier there, I think Blaney would have gotten out of this car all right without being shaken up. But with that hard of a hit, man, sucks. Hopefully Blaney's okay, and hopefully he'll race next week. If he ends up getting a concussion from this, I won't be surprised. I know the next gen car is not the best at safety, but it's getting better. It's getting better with safety. So, yeah, hopefully Blaney's okay, and hopefully he can race next week. If not, really unfortunate because Brian Blaney's kind of basically missing out on an opportunity if he does miss out because of the Chicago Street Race next week, which I'll be making a video. I'll be coming out on Thursday. So stay tuned for that, which will be the Chicago Street Weekend preview for NASCAR. So, yeah. So stay tuned for that video coming up. And then now, let's get down to the end of stage 2. Denny Hamlin won stage 2 ahead of teammate Martin Truex Jr., which Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex Jr., just like last year, they were battling it out. So, and then Denny ended up winning the stage. So, really happy for that. Really awesome, happy for that. And then starting at stage 3, Denny Hamlin led for the first 25, maybe 50-ish laps of stage 3, and then Ross Chastain, with as good as a long run car as he has, charges his way up through the field, and then just almost the 3/4 of stage 3 was dominated by Ross Chastain. Green flag pit stops happened, and Ross Chastain with that first pit box was able to get up front and manage to hold on. Martin Truex Jr., he was coming up. Martin Truex Jr., he's fast. Truex does have a fast car, just ran out of time and Ross Chastain was able to hold on. I would say Martin Truex Jr. and Ross Chastain were the 2 best cars of the field. Denny Hamlin had a 3rd place car. So, yeah. So, man, I really wanted Tyler Reddick to at least get another win, especially Michael Jordan being there. Really wanted 2311 Racing. Really wanted 2311 to win last night. Really wanted to. But in the end, it was Ross Chastain getting his 3rd NASCAR Cup Series win and his 4th win with Trackhouse. So, 4th career win for Trackhouse Racing as a team, and winning in their home track. What a win for them. So, yeah, I gotta talk about Ross Chastain in this race. What I've seen from Ross Chastain last night was amazing from Ross Chastain last night. This was nothing like the typical Ross Chastain we've seen last year. Last year, he was a menace on the track, drove like an idiot at times. Just to me, he was just unlikable as a race car driver, in my opinion. But from what I've seen last night, and Justin Marks talked to Ross Chastain and said, hey, stop doing all this stuff. Stop doing all this nonsense. Stop doing all this nonsense on the track. That's basically what Justin Marks said. Told him to like take it down a notch with the aggressiveness, with with getting into it with other guys most of the time. And I would say this this was a really deserved win for Ross Chastain. Ross Chastain put on a very good race. Didn't get into it with anyone. Was good the entire time. Good win for Ross Chastain. Clearly one of the fastest cars in the field. Well deserved win for Ross Chastain. Ross Chastain, man. I want to see more of the Ross Chastain we've seen last night. Making bold moves, making bold aggressive moves, and yeah, basically just those bold, great, aggressive passes and not being stupid on the racetrack. If we can just see more of what we've seen from Ross Chastain last night, I'll be starting to gain respect for the guy. Because Ross Chastain, man, I just, before, like, I would say last year at this point, I didn't like Ross Chastain at all. I was just really mad at him at Gateway last year. And then Atlanta was the final straw, and I just had it. I really wanted someone to wreck Ross Chastain at that point. He did. Then he got revenge. I don't care if he DNQ'd that Pocono race. Ross Chastain got karma, and then from that moment on, he just had that summer slump. And then after that bold move at Martinsville, and then earlier than this year, keeps getting into it with everyone. Continues to drive like an idiot on the racetrack this year. But ever since what Justin Marks told him to stop, the first few races after that, like North Wilkesboro All-Star race, Charlotte, Gateway, and Sonoma, just hasn't been that, consistent with speed. But tonight, this is what I want to see more of what the Ross Chastain we've seen last night. And hopefully Ross Chastain continues to be like this. And hopefully continue to grow his reputation from that driving like an idiot zone to more like one of the mature, great driver, hard racing, professional, mature kind of zone. So I want Ross Chastain to be up here with reputation go up here, from here to here. So yeah, I'm proud of Ross Chastain. He drove a great race, and yeah, well-deserved win for Trackhouse and Ross Chastain. So now I'm going to tell you guys to look at the race results.
And here is the official race results. Ross Chastain won the race, finishes first. Martin Truex Jr., Ross Chastain and Truex they finished first and second. They finished second and first at Dover earlier this year. Truex finishes second, but Ross Chastain wins. Denny Hamlin will finish third. Chase Elliott fourth, last year's winner. Kyle Larson, the 2021 winner, finishes fifth. William Byron sixth. Christopher Bell seventh. Eric Jones, surprisingly been good today, or last night I should say, finishes eighth. Kyle Busch ninth. Running of the top 10 is AJ Allmendinger. He's been fast as well. Brad Keselowski finished 11th after having that problem in stage 2. Daniel Suarez, after having a backup car, finishes 12th. Austin Dillon 13th, Ty Gibbs 14th, Bubba Wallace will end up being in 15th, Ryan Preece 16th, Alex Bowman 17th, Chris Buescher 18th, Joey Logano 19th, Corey LaJoie rounds out the top 20, Harrison Burton 21st, Ricky Stenhouse 22nd, Justin Haley 23rd, Kevin Harvick had some sort of tire issue in stage 3, he falls back to 24th, Eric Almirola 25th, Noah Gragson 26th, Austin Cindric 27th, just wasn't really good at all for him. Michael Magala 28th, J.J. Haley 29th, Tyler Reddick will end up finishing 30th. Tough break. Chase Briscoe 31st, just horrible day for Stewart-Haas Racing. Where did Ryan Preece finish? He finished 16th. The highest driver for Stewart-Haas Racing finishes 16th, so that is not good. Ty Dillon 32nd, Brendan Poole 33rd, Josh Blicky 34th, Todd Gilliland 35th, and Ryan Blaney was the only car that was out of the race due to his big wreck that happened in stage 2.
So yeah, in conclusion, the racing was great. I really liked the night racing. And yeah, we all thought weather was going to be an issue, and practically which NBC the race actually started a little bit earlier because of weather concerns. And I looked at the radar, and it looks like we're good until like the rain was starting to hit like around like 10:30, and I knew it wasn't going to be a factor because this race did fly by pretty quickly. So I think like this race was just past 3 hours, just a little bit, just past 3 hours. But the laps, they just went by really quickly to me. So yeah. But guys, this was a really great race. I'm giving this race an 8 out of 10. It was a good race, great race, and yeah, really solid night race. It can be hard to pass, but we saw consistent 3 wide racing throughout the field. Awesome, awesome racing, and yeah, can't wait for the Chicago Street Race next weekend. Ooh, like I said, we're gonna be talking. I'm gonna be talking more about that. I'm gonna be talking more about that on Thursday's video, so stay tuned for that, guys. So yeah, congratulations to Ross Chastain for getting the job done, and yeah, well-deserved win for Ross Chastain and Trackhouse. So the racing's been good, and sold-out crowd for Nashville. Really a sellout crowd there. So yeah. The racing's been good. What do you guys think about the race? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, this is Preston signing off. Peace out.